Hello student, this is Suman Sharma from SDM Sinidih. This is the second video for class 9 and the chapter is motion. Today we will study about uniform motion, non-uniform motion, speed and average speed. So in the first slide the topic is uniform motion. We know that when a body covers equal distance in equal interval of time, then the body is said to be in uniform motion. Here in the image, there is a car and the car travels 4 meter distance in each 2 seconds. As you can see that here the time interval is 2 seconds. Again the time interval is 2 seconds. Again the time interval is 2 seconds and so on. In the first 2 seconds, the car covers the distance of 4 meters. In the next 2 seconds, it again covers the distance of 4 meters. In the next 2 seconds, it again covers the distance of 4 meters. That means the time interval is 2 seconds as you can see, and it covers 4 meters, that is equal distance. So motion of a car is uniform motion. Some another example of uniform motion is as the rotation of any satellite or moon around the earth, or the motion of the hands of the clock. So these are the examples of uniform motion. You can also put some more and more examples. In the next slide, there is a distance time graph for uniform motion. The distance time graph for uniform motion is always a straight line as you can see here. So the nature of the graph of uniform motion is always a straight line. Now the next topic is non-uniform motion. Here a body said to be in non-uniform motion if it covers equal distance in unequal interval of time. Or we can say that if the body covers unequal distance in equal interval of time. Here are the two cases, means the body covers equal distance in unequal interval of time, and the second case is that it covers unequal distance in equal interval of time. Then these are the two cases in which we said that the body are in non-uniform motion. Here are the two examples you can also see for the non-uniform motion. To explain non-uniform motion, in the next slide there is a car and the time interval here given is 10 seconds. As you can see, the time interval that is 10 seconds here. The next time interval is again 10 seconds. The next time interval is again 10 seconds and so on. For the first 10 seconds, the car travels a distance of 50 meters and it covers 90 meters more in the next 10 seconds. Again, it covers 180 meters more in the next 10 seconds. So here, the time interval is equal, but in equal time interval, the car does not cover equal distance. So the motion of the car is non-uniform motion. Now, the distance time graph of a non-uniform motion is always a curved line. Here is one more important point for non-uniform motion is that the non-uniform motion is also called accelerated motion. This is the very important point. You all have to remember it. Now student, in the next slide, we will study about speed. Speed simply tells us that how fast or slow a body is moving. on seeing these two images, we can simply distinguish that the first car is moving fast and the second car is moving slow. So we can say that the speed of the first car is highest and the speed of the second car is lowest or slowest. Okay, but how can we calculate the magnitude of the speed? The magnitude of the speed can be calculated by using the two quantities. First is the distance and second is the time. And speed is defined as the distance travelled by the body per unit time. This is called speed. And the formula is V is equal to D by T. Now, we know that the SI unit for distance is meter and the SI unit for time is second. So, the SI unit of speed, it becomes meter per second. That's why it is written here, the SI unit of speed is meter per second. Now, in the next slide, we have to study about average speed. As you can see how the average speed is calculated, it is given in the formula. The average speed is calculated by dividing the total distance of the object travels by the total amount of time it takes. And average speed is equal to total distance by total time. The formula is this. Average speed is written as V bar and total distance is equal to D and the total time is T. Now, this is the formula. You can simply use this formula to calculate the average speed. But we have to understand that what is the difference between speed and average speed. To understand it clearly, I have taken an example. Suppose student, we are going from Chennai to Delhi. And in going from Chennai to Delhi, it takes 35 hours. And the distance between Chennai to Delhi is 2024 kilometers. By using first three steps, we have total distance, the distance between Chennai to Delhi, and the time taken, that is 35 hours. So by using these two, we can simply calculate the average speed. But there is a catch here. In going from Chennai to Delhi, the train stops at a few stations. When from the station the train starts its journey, then the train gains speed, and as soon as it reaches the next station, its speed slows down. But what happens if the train does not stop at any particular station? Means, what happens if the train does not stop at any particular station? Then this is the catch for the average velocity. If the train does not stop at any particular station, then with what speed the train has to travel so that it can reach the destination in the same time, and that speed is called average speed. Student, I repeat here that if the train had not stopped at any station, then with what speed the train had to travel from Chennai to Delhi so that the train reached its destination in the given 35 hours of time, and that speed is called average speed. So, after understanding the difference between the speed and the average speed, here are some questions and we will solve it here. Now the first question is that there is a scooterist covers the distance of 3 km. Here the distance is given 3 km and the time taken is 5 minutes. We have to find the speed. So firstly, the formula for speed is equal to distance by time. Okay, but speed is calculated in the unit of centimeter per second. That means firstly I have to convert this distance which is given 3 km into centimeter. So in a very simple manner, firstly we convert this 3 km into meter. Then it becomes 3000 meters. And now again I have to convert this 3000 meter into centimeter. That means 3000 into 100 centimeter. It becomes centimeter. And the time is 5 minutes. But we have to calculate the time in seconds. So 5 into 60, 300 seconds. Now we have distance this and the time this. So we can calculate as centimeter by 300 seconds. We can solve it in a very simple manner. That is 1000 centimeter per second. Student, one question I solved and the rest of the 2 questions are for you. So you have to solve it. Now in the second question, there is a train A and the train A travel a distance of 120 km, and for traveling this 120 km it takes the time 3 hours. And the another train B, it travel a distance of 180 km and it takes the distance of 4 hours, takes the time of 4 hours to travel the distance 1 km. So which train is traveled faster? This is very simple. For train A you have to find speed, that is distance by time, and for train B you have to again find speed, distance by time, and compare with these 2 quantities. The train which have highest speed, that is they travel faster, and which have lowest speed, they travel slower. Simple. In the third question, a car travels 30 km at a uniform speed of 40 km per hour. There is a car and the car travels 30 km. It means the distance is given 30 km and for it the particular speed is given 40 km per hour. And the next 30 km, it means the same car after covering this 30 km, it again covers the next 30 km distance. So again the distance is equal to 30 km. So we have to distinguish with these 2 distances. So it is considered as D1 and it is considered as D2. Now for D1 the speed is V1, that is 40 km per hour, and in the next 30 km the speed is given 20 km per hour. So V2 is equal to 20 km per hour. So by using these 2 quantities, firstly we have to calculate time. For this case that is T1 and for this case that is T2. So students, we know that speed is equal to distance by time. This is the general case. But for this particular case, I can write V1 is equal to D1 by T1. Now V1 is given here 40 km per hour. D1 is 30 km and time we have to calculate. Solve it and we get T1 is equal to 3 by 4 hours. In the same manner, we calculate T2 is equal to, that comes 3 by 2 hours. Now we have to find the average speed. Average speed is equal to total distance by total time taken. Here the total distance becomes D1 plus D2 and the total time becomes T1 plus T2. So D1 plus D2, that means 30 km plus 30 km, that means plus 30, and the time 3 by 4 plus 3 by 2. 3 by 4 plus 3 by 2. So these are the quantity you have to solve and you will get the answer. Students, solve all these 3 numerical and send me. Thank you.